I would say first and foremost, this Medicare's ability to negotiate drug prices is hugely popular. 80% of Americans support the ability to negotiate drug prices. I do think it's important to point out that many Republicans oppose the Inflation Reduction Act and obviously oppose the ability to negotiate drug prices. So they have been on the side of allowing pharmaceutical companies to charge whatever they can. And that's what the American people really oppose. As I've said at other times, I was part of the team that negotiated the Affordable Care Act. I was here I was arguing for the Affordable Care Act when Republicans were trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act during the Trump administration. They fought tooth and nail to do so, but because the Affordable Care Act had delivered lower prices, or basically had delivered health care to 20 million Americans, they found it hard to do so. And I think given the insulin reduction, the $35 insulin costs that people are bearing now, the fact that people will see that these 10 drugs are being negotiated, a price will be provided in September of 2024 that will be public. I think it will be hard to repeal the Inflation Reduction Act, and it's specifically hard to take away, basically claw back these benefits, these lower prices. I think people will really rise up against that kind of thing because they know they are paying too much for prescription drugs in the United States, and they are paying more than in any other country.
Go ahead, Selena. Welcome to the briefing.
Thank you so much. The CBO estimates that the government will save around $98.5 billion over a decade with this new program. So how much of those savings will go directly to seniors on Medicare?
So that is savings. There is significant savings to the Medicare program, but seniors pay out-of-pocket costs for prescription drugs. In fact, the person who will be introducing the president pays significant out-of-pocket costs. So people who have out-of-pocket costs, this will deliver lower prices for them. We don't know what the negotiated price will be. This is a subject to negotiation, so we can't tell you the specific amount that people will save, but there will be savings to people both paying out-of-pocket and also to the Medicare program itself.
Thanks. Hey, Neera. There are currently 8 lawsuits challenging this Medicare drug negotiation program. Which of those lawsuits do you see as the biggest threat to this program, and how confident are you that between now and 2026, when all this kicks in, that one of these lawsuits won't result in an injunction or preventing this program from actually going forward?
Well, first and foremost, we should recognize that the CMS, HHS negotiates prices for every other element of the healthcare system: doctors' rates, providers' rates, hospital rates. The only reason why Medicare has not been negotiating drug prices is because pharma got a sweetheart deal decades ago to basically prohibit negotiations. Negotiations are part of the market system. It's very normal for that to happen. And so we are very, very confident. Basically, it is because of the Inflation Reduction Act that we have negotiations. We are very confident in the law, and we should recognize there is no part of the Constitution that prohibits Medicare drug negotiations.
Dearest friends, this could drastically affect millions of Americans' finances. Inflation is continuing to spike up grocery and gasoline prices. 80% of retirees and seniors are now paying more for everyday items. But some group of lawmakers have demanded that major updates be made to the program. My dearest friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday and every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Unless the U.S. inflation rate registers a massive and unexpected spike for August and September 2023, next year's Social Security cost of living adjustment will almost certainly be around 3%. That is well down from this year's 8.7% COLA. The lower estimated COLA is due to rapidly declining inflation for this year. So while lower inflation is good news for most consumers, many seniors say they are still paying higher prices for household essentials, and they could be squeezed even further in 2024 with a much lower COLA. A COLA of 3.0% would raise the average monthly benefit in 2024 by only about $53.60 from current levels. That is a big drop from this year's average increase of $146 a month. This could prove problematic for Social Security recipients if the prices of essential items like food, housing, and health care continue to rise at a faster rate than overall inflation. A new survey from the Senior Citizens League found that most older Americans continue to face persistently high prices that still affect their household budgets. Although Social Security recipients received their highest COLA in more than 4 decades, with this year's 8.7% annual adjustment, nearly 8 in 10 retirees polled by the Senior Citizens League reported that lingering high prices continue to have a major financial impact in their lives. Some highlights from the most recent retirement survey show that 79% of respondents said monthly budgets for essential items such as food, housing, and prescriptions are higher this time than 1 year ago. Meanwhile, larger monthly Social Security payments due to historically high COLAs in 2022 and 2023 mean many retirees were pushed into a higher tax bracket. Nearly 1/4 of those surveyed had to pay federal income taxes on a portion of their Social Security benefits this past tax season. That percentage is likely to rise for the 2024 tax season, which will put even more financial pressures on millions of U.S. seniors. So the exact COLA for 2024 will not be known until October 12, 2023, when the September inflation numbers do come out. The SSA bases its annual COLA calculation on a percentage increase in the CPIW in the third quarter compared with the prior year. Senator Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, along with Representatives Jen Schakowsky and Van Hoyle, introduced legislation that would expand Social Security benefits by $2,400 a year and ensure Social Security is fully funded for the next 75 years. This is all without raising taxes by 1 penny on over 93% of American households that earn $250,000 or less. These estimates reflect an analysis of the legislation conducted by the Social Security Administration at the request of Senator Bernie Sanders. Social Security is an economic lifeline for millions of Americans, but many seniors are struggling with rising costs. Senator Elizabeth Warren has recently stated, House Republicans try to use a manufactured debt ceiling crisis to cut the Social Security that Americans have earned. I'm working with Senator Sanders to expand Social Security and extend its solvency by making the wealthy pay their fair share so that everyone can retire with dignity. One of the most successful and popular government programs in U.S. history, Social Security has never failed to pay out every benefit owed to every eligible American on time and without delay. Before 1935, when it was signed into law by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, about 50% of the nation's seniors were living in poverty, as well as countless Americans living with disabilities and surviving dependents of deceased workers. Nearly 90 years later, the senior poverty rate is down 10.3%, and in 2021 alone, during the peak of the crisis, Social Security lifted 26.3 million Americans out of poverty, including more than 18 million seniors. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about the Social Security Expansion Act? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my beautiful and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. To say thank you, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.